This is it, guys, the all-new Mitsubishi Triton. We'll call it the Triton 2024 because it's coming to Malaysia next year. This is the third generation Triton, but in the long line of Mitsubishi pickup trucks, this is technically the sixth generation Mitsubishi pickup. As you can see, it is all new both outside and inside. I'm going to show you the interior in a bit. It is amazing. So let's take a closer look at the all-new 2024 Triton. First things first, this is a 100% Mitsubishi product. A lot of rumors were saying that this is going to be a joint venture, a joint model between the Triton and the next generation Nissan Navara due to the Mitsubishi and Nissan alliance. But Mitsubishi claims that everything that you see here is 100% Mitsubishi. It is an all-new platform. It has all new suspension systems. The engine is new as well. So yeah, you do have a lot to look forward to. But of course, the most striking thing you will see first is its looks. This is dramatically different to whatever we've seen from Mitsubishi before. They call this design concept Beast Mode. And you know what? I think the name fits. It is aggressive. It is sporty at the same time. You know, because of the 3-diamond Mitsubishi logo, you can see the grille has got 3 slats. The LED DRLs have got 3 little ticks. Even the headlights are split into 3 projectors. It looks unique, and you know, sometimes we say it looks unique in a bad way because it just looks weird. Here, in person, it's just glorious. The main feature, this front grille over here, can be had in multiple configurations depending on spec. You can have it in plain black, in which it'll have just plain black inserts. You can have it in a really dark chrome or in body color as well. In the bright orange, a brand new color, it just looks super cool. Here you can start to see the sheer size of this car. Mitsubishi has made the whole car a little bit longer than before, and the wheelbase has been stretched by a full 130 millimeters compared to the old car. So while the outgoing Triton used to be one of the smallest pickup trucks in the market, this is now one of the largest. One interesting design feature is this completely squared off wheel arches. You know, most cars have round arches. Here it's squared off. And beyond that, they've also got this really thick, muscular character lines. Yeah, this is something else, this new Triton. And this cool factor extends to the rear as well. The taillight cluster has this really cool double T LED signature, and even the taillight clusters are just so much more enlarged compared to the older version. I think as far as pickup trucks go, this is one of the more distinctive looking ones. And then you've also got this really cool looking rear bootlit spoiler. Well, I shouldn't say bootlit, it's the tailgate spoiler, which adds a level of sportiness to the whole exterior look as well. For the first time, you can also have the Triton with an integrated tailgate damper, so you can use a single hand operation just to make it easier to use and whatnot. And as a truck, the entire base has been lowered down quite a fair bit, so you don't have to, carry your things so high like in the old version. That modern squared off look on the outside is extended to the interior as well, and this looks far more modern than the Triton that we know. The steering wheel is a brand new design. It's got this perforated leather on the sides. It just feels great to hold, and you've got all these big buttons everywhere. The dual zone climate control over here, even the physical buttons for the center screen, all the aircon controls down here, down to the super select knob down here. Everything has been designed that you can operate them with gloves on. Mitsubishi knows that the Triton is going to be used by, working professionals. Maybe you go off-road, maybe you're carrying things, so you may be operating the car with thick gloves on. And they've made all the buttons big enough to be able to be used with, big fat fingers. This attention to detail I've last seen in Range Rovers. And speaking of that, I really think that the engineers had a bit of a liking to Range Rovers because the key changes on the interior reminds me again of the old cars. The whole entire seat has been made even higher than before. The dashboard has been pushed slightly lower, so you get a bigger, better commanding view. Even the bonnet cut lines have been made even sharper and more clear for you to see. So when you're placing the car around town, in parking lots, or perhaps in off-road conditions, you know exactly where the car ends. Another key change for the interior is the A-pillar position over here compared to the old car, which was more car-like, I would say, in terms of shape. Mitsubishi has made the A-pillar even more upright than before. This clears up even more space on the interior, gives you even better view out, so it is just easier and safer to drive compared to the old car. In terms of build quality, well, pretty much everything is hard to the touch. This is a hardy workhorse, a truck after all. But even saying that, you can see in all the details, the level of texture on the hard plastics are just quite nice. And they've also added this nice leather touchpad over here, which is slightly soft to the touch as well. Speaking of that, this opens so you can, slot in your documents and whatnot. And the Triton now has a double glove box layout. And even moving on to the door cards, you've got more soft touch leather paddings over here. You've got, premium feeling door tabs, and especially with the steering wheel with the dimpled or perforated look, this is easily one of the more premium feeling pickup trucks right now. Moving to the back here, traditionally the Mitsubishi Triton has always had one of the more comfortable rear cabins in its class, and now it's made even better. Like I said, the wheelbase has been stretched by a full 130 millimeters, and most of that have gone to the extra leg room that we have over here. For your reference, I am 167 centimeters tall, and I've got plenty of leg room. I've got plenty of headroom as well. The backrest is the same angle as before, that is to say the best in the class by far still. And even then, the seats have been made even more comfortable. It's just somehow softer, even more supportive. The shape of it all is just, it's a massive improvement overall. And then you've also got the top mounted air recirculator, so you can have cold air blown to your face directly instead of, blowing your knees like in most other pickup trucks. This is easily the best rear cabin in the pickup truck by far. And speaking of comfort, Mitsubishi has retained the traditional leaf spring suspension setup for the rear axle. And even despite that, the lead engineer has said that the ride quality is absolutely amazing. It is a major improvement over the old Triton. The Triton, as we know, is still to this day one of the most comfortable, one of the most dynamic, one of the most car-like pickup trucks in the market even after all these years. The new version, I can't imagine how much better it is still. And now on to what's under the skin. Now this is the same displacement as before, 2.4 liters, but that's actually a brand new engine family. This is now the 4N16 instead of the 15 in the previous generation Triton. Now this at the top spec makes 204 PS and up to 470 Newton meters of torque. That is an improvement of around 30 PS and 40 Newton meters compared to the old version. So despite having the same smaller 2.4 litre engine capacity, this is pretty much a match to the Toyota Hilux's 2.8 litre diesel engine. And despite this car having grown quite a fair bit compared to before, weight has only gone up by around 100 kilograms compared to the previous version, so this is still one of the lightest trucks in the market. In terms of fuel efficiency, Mitsubishi claims an improvement between 5 to 10%. And then let's talk about the transmission as well. There is no big new fancy 7, 8, 10 speed automatics over here. They have retained the exact same 6-speed automatic like in the existing version. Mitsubishi says there's just no good reason to change, to overcomplicate things. Like here right now, it is just easier to maintain. It's a better ownership experience for its customers over the long run. Now on to safety. The Triton still has 7 airbags as before, and as you can see over here, there is a big radar plate for the front. There is a top camera as well. So it has pretty much the same suite of active safety with the added inclusion of ACC or Adaptive Cruise Control making its debut on the Triton. Another change is the move from hydraulic power steering onto electric power steering for the top spec Triton over here. Mitsubishi claims that it makes the whole car just much easier to maneuver, especially in lower speeds. Another highlight that is worth mentioning is active yaw control. This is a technology that was made famous by the previous Mitsubishi Evos. That technology is now available in the Triton. So as you take a corner, if the car detects that you are losing a little bit of traction in a certain wheel, it can brake individual inside corners to make the car turn better with much better stability. That's the level of detail that Mitsubishi has taken to make this car drive even better than before. Remember, this is a pickup truck, but driving dynamics is still at a top priority for Mitsubishi. Here in Bangkok at the Triton's global debut, Mitsubishi has taken liberty to show off the car in quite a few multiple different applications. We can see cars such as a full commercial use and up to this Triton race car. Don't you think this looks amazing? So anyway, what do you think of the all-new 2024 Mitsubishi Triton? Do you think this is the right way forward for Mitsubishi, or do you think you just prefer the old version instead? Let me know in the comment section below. For now, thank you for watching everyone. Stay safe.